another video went viral on social media for different reasons. The Trump campaign put out a video referring to if Trump wins the election and referencing in the video the words unified Reich. So this is language that is clearly anti-Semitic. This is language that harkens back to the Nazis in Germany. And basically it said, this is if Trump wins, he would have this unified Reich. It says the German phrase Reich refers to an empire, but also carries the connotation of Adolf Hitler's Third Reich, another name for his Nazi
master
regime.
race.
Right. A Biden spokesperson said Donald Trump is not playing games. He's telling America exactly what he intends to do if he regains power. Rule as a dictator over a unified Reich.
He paraphrased Hitler just a few months ago.
Definitely.
And he's been doing a lot of things that have been analogous to Hitler's methods. He's been appealing to people in the same way Hitler has. The divisiveness within his rhetoric that he's been using, the targeted language, the verbiage of calling people vermin and using specific language around the youth and things like that.
The diluting the blood.
Diluting the blood,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah, I mean, this is all paraphrased and sometimes verbatim quotes out of the Hitler playbook. So him throwing up something the Third Reich, that's not a Freudian slip. That's exactly like, I'm not going to sit here and say I agree with Biden's camp, but, you know, that's exactly what they doing. They telling you where they going for the next election.
Right. And we don't, somebody, I forget who wrote a book and said like he kept Third Reich or he kept Mein Kampf like next to his bed and you know what I'm saying? Like
Kanye?
No, Donald Trump. Probably both of them.
Oh, yeah.
Kanye got it like right in the bathroom, so he has to use the bathroom. We could just go right to it.
That's why men spend so much time in the washroom according to Kanye.
Yes. So again, right. He referred to illegal immigrants as vermin.
Yeah.
He talked about them diluting the blood. These were all like Third Reich, Hitler things, and definitely falls under anti-Semitism. Miracle, what is your take on, is this Trump, telling us what he intended? Was this an honest mistake? Or is this Trump really kind of virtue signaling to these, white supremacists and Nazis that are, have made him like a demigod?
I feel like his dog whistles have caused and become a full on blowhorn.
Yes.
Train whistle. And so this was something that he had to, someone at some stage had to realize it was there. I'm pretty sure it's not one person creating something and it just goes there. There's got to be multiple levels of review.
You would think so.
So he did what he needed to do. And of course, as Black people, we can't always say what isn't anti-Semitic, but this is something that is revealing right to what Hitler was doing.
Yes.
And what Hitler was saying. And I think this is a warning, but also Trump has already come out and said he has a hit list of people that he wants to unalive, people that he wants to mass incarcerate.
Yes.
So this really isn't a shocker. And I think this goes to show you how far, what was that, Overton window has been pushed, that this is barely even a blip on the radar. Like
this would have been in the past, reason to for the Republican Party to actually make a change as to who is going to represent them as president. But because it's Donald Trump and because he's done worse than this.
Yeah.
Once they went with locker room talk and that was cool. Once he could talk about grabbing women, and that video came out and he still won the presidency. That was kind of, to me, the moment everything changed.
I remember watching it when he made fun of the reporter that was differently able.
I remember that was yours,
And that was I was like, oh, that's the next president. When there was no recompense for that, when he would just got up on stage and did the handyman thing for In Living Color, I was like, oh, he got away with that.
Right.
That's the next president of the United States of America. And that was 2016. And I was like, that was it.
And to me, it's also the greatest example of white supremacy and white privilege and how it works. Because
could you imagine if Obama chastised any reporter?
Could you imagine?
Just responded in a way that would have been under scrutiny.
Or if Obama was on video talking about, man, I get these bitches, you know what I'm saying? What you talking about? I'll be in the hood. Blah, blah, blah. They would be like, what?
What? Yeah.
He would be over. His career would have been over.
They would have torpedoed everything.
Absolutely. Yeah. Here's Trump. Trump was at the NRA convention basically saying, I might do 3 terms as president.
Like,
So here again, here's Donald Trump.
he's never come out of office if he goes back in.
Right. Basically saying like, oh, I could do a third term. He says, FDR, 16 years, almost 16 years. He was 4 terms. I don't know. Are we going to be considered 3-term, 2-term? And the crowd, I guess this is Trump saying he never lost, but it's like, if you didn't lose, you're not president now,
Yeah.
And that's when you get into those MAGA people, like, are you, is he president?
all the
Isn't he president?
conspiracies.
Yeah.
It's like, if he was president, how come he ain't passing no laws? You know what I mean? Like, he's not, like, I don't even know how at this point, this far in, you could say he's still president. It's just, I don't know. I don't get that.
But it is wild that he can say, yeah, I might do 3 terms. Or he can say,
like 3 additional terms.
Right. Or he could say, like, oh, on day 1, I'm going to be a dictator. Like, he can say these things, and to Miracle's point, it's not even a blip.
No.
It's not even
You
like
expect him to say it. Like,
big news, right?
Right,
And
right.
and he's winning. This is the crazy part. He's saying all of this.
but he's showing the world who they perceive America to be.